Starting in the early 19th century, central coastal Maine served as a major source of granite for the United States building industry. Skilled workers flooded the region, primarily from Scandinavia and the British Isles, to work in the quarries harvesting, cutting, and dressing stone. Once harvested, it was brought to the shore, where it was put on ships to travel down the Atlantic coast and ultimately throughout the United States. Some of the stone from these quarries made its way into significant structures, like these pieces of granite slated for use as columns in the Cathedral St. John the Divine. Much of the stone was also shaped into the humble cobblestone used to pave the country's city streets. In the early 20th century, however, as advances in steel and concrete revolutionized the construction industry, massive stone construction fell out of favor, and eventually, Maine's granite industry would collapse. Today, coastal Maine is scattered with dormant quarries, some of which have been flooded and now serve as a tourist attraction. One quarry remains active, however, and that is the Crotch Island Quarry in Stonington, Maine. The quarry has been in operation since the 1870s. Over the course of 150 years, the quarry has produced a massive amount of waste rock that is built up on the island, creating a secondary landscape on top of the bedrock. For the construction of a new home, readily available waste rock on Crotch Island will be brought to Scrag Island, an uninhabited piece of land roughly 2 miles away. In the absence of the skilled labor that once saturated the region, this waste rock is simply stacked, forming a pixelated topography, an inverted quarry. Amongst this loosely orthogonal pile of rocks, the comforts of home, including plumbing, radiant heating, and electricity, are all embedded. Composite columns are identified that serve as anchor points for the roof. A rebar cage is installed that responds to the flow of forces between anchor points, and a concrete shell is cast in the form of intersecting catenary sections. The formwork is lined with earth excavated from the site, texturing the underside of the roof. The home is sited on the highest point on Scrag Island at an elevation of 12 meters. The building is approached from the east and entered under a canopy into the main living space. The plan is quite open, with elevated portions that suggest different functions. A dining area in front of a large window facing the ocean to the south, a workspace with a cast-in-place concrete desk, and a lofted sleeping space. A root cellar is accessed from the outside, and the bathroom is at the back of the building, with the mechanical room tucked away within the thickness of the wall. Here we see the elevated sleeping space with root cellar below, adjacent to the cast-in-place concrete desk. The catenary roof is punctured with skylights at key locations, like this one above the bed, creating views to the stars. Cutting through the other direction, we see the sleeping and dining spaces, as well as the covered outdoor space. Zooming in, we see the typical connection between roof and column. Here we are cutting through the kitchen and working space, with horizontal pivot windows for ventilation. And finally, cutting through the entrance to the building and the bathroom, where a full-height window next to the soaking tub offers views out to the ocean. Granite is a phanteric rock, meaning it has a coarse-grained, interlocking crystal structure visible to the naked eye. This is the result of a slowly cooling magma that allows large crystals to grow. Like the geologic structure of the granite, the Phanteric House is a coarse-grained interpretation of a masonry structure. A home made of stone for an age without masons.